Greetings, howdy howdy, and happy Friday. I just finished a walk and talk on a trail back there somewhere. And then I thought, boy, you sound like a pompous ass. You better get on that back patio and redo this whole thing. And you might even get to see a cameo of Leo. He's laying down here beside me. Right, buddy? Come here, come here. Anyway, I'm at my second house sit out on the back patio. Of course, there's some not far from the Potomac River, which is the border between Maryland and Virginia. That way, I'm not far from my parents' house, about 5 miles. And just down this way, there's a park, which Leo and I are going to walk to once it cools off a little bit more. It's only gotten up to about 80 today. Oh, here it is in there. You might be able to see it. I guess that's coming from National or Reagan, because that's not the flight pattern for the closest airport, which I took the homeowners to yesterday. But what I wanted to do on Fridays was give you a tip of the week. I'll let that plane get a little bit further by before I say anything important. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. He's too relaxed to come. He said, leave me alone. Anyway, I've been here almost about 24 hours, I guess. I think I arrived at 2 o'clock yesterday, and we departed for the airport shortly after 3, so I was back here with him by 4 o'clock, and it's about 5:30 now. Hopefully there's enough light and you can see at least the yard. You don't really need to see me. But I thought I'd kind of on the trail trying to hold the tripod and the microphone and get out of the way of the bikers and the hikers and all that. I thought, well, I'm not doing a very good job, so my goal this year, I don't want that pole coming up my head either. Let me scoot over a little, move the camera over a little bit. There we go, maybe that's better. I want to do better videos for the second half of the year. And if you choose to listen to me, I'll give you a tip from the kind of along the lines of what I've learned from the occupational psychologist I've been studying for the last 12 months. And let me tell you why I think I may be qualified to share these points with you. I have been growing and improving for 12 months now with a weekly video from an occupational psychologist who's very well known and very well respected. And he is teaching a lot of us how to become our future self. That's how the Big Leap came about last year. Was his book last year was the Big Leap, or actually maybe that was the other occupational psychologist, Gay Hendricks' book, which he recommended. I don't remember if Dr. Hardy actually wrote anything on that or not. I think he wrote The Gap and Gain, which was a follow-up to kind of the Big Leap, which he also got from, sit still. He seems to have a little bit of an allergy. They had warned me about that, but I don't want him getting any sores from sucking or licking or scratching too much. So anyway, we'll go down and take a walk here shortly. He ate dinner. He eats very well. He eats everything I put in the bowl twice a day. So anyway, that's good. But let's get to the point. My point today, good gracious, those planes are coming over. They're rather high. I think they're leaving from the one down closer to Washington. They go that way, and the ones right here go this way. I haven't seen any of them coming in today. I was hoping that this house would be a little less on the flight path than where my parents' apartments are. But anyway, here we go. One of the big things that Dr. Hardy has been teaching us is to he calls it an evening routine and a morning routine. And that's based on the fact that you shouldn't go to bed until you've given your mind, your subconscious, a task. And that task is only three things you want to work on tomorrow. If you're working on more than 3, you're not working on anything. That's the philosophy, that if you try to concentrate on more than 3, you're not getting anything done. Some people put 10, 20 things on their to-do list, and then they use it day after and day after day, so they don't feel the little wins of accomplishment. So see, there's a lot of psychology on this, and I'll probably just glaze over the top. But I'm talking about this topic because one of the neighbors is coming out. They have a swimming pool next door. I may turn the camera over there and show you that. Oh, let's see if we can get it from here. Can you see the pool? I probably have to hold it up. They were out there mowing their yard today. I don't know if they're having a pool party this weekend or not. Maybe I'll get invited if they are. This is one place I do not have immediate access to a pool, but I can go to the pool at my parents' place. Of course, that closes at 4 p.m. You know, it's a senior center. Let me show you a little bit of the rest of this. There's a lower patio. There's the brick oven, fire, what do you call it? Wood burning brick pizza oven. I haven't started the fire yet. And then, of course, the backyard. Here's Leo. Smile, Leo. You're on camera. Smile. I'll go back here and finish my little talk. And then he and I will go for a stroll. He's a big boy. He moved over there because he heard the people talking. I think he'll be a good watchdog. But hopefully I won't need it here in this rich neighborhood. That's one benefit of doing this, is you kind of get the nicer houses. You know, you can look on Zillow and look up an address and they'll have a Zestimate, a Zillow Zestimate. This Zestimate is over $1 million. So I don't stay in $1 million homes very often, but I'm glad to be here for the next 3.5 weeks. Yeah, and then I'll be probably another week with my parents before I go to North Carolina. But let's get back to the tip of the day. And not sound like I'm complaining and moaning and groaning. Everything's actually pretty good. And that's because a year ago, I started studying and researching and listening to Dr. Hardy and others. But Dr. Hardy is the main one that I paid to listen to. And I am kind of glad I did. I think I did 6 months last year and I bought the whole year this year. I actually bought, I think, 25 of his book called The Gap and the Gain, and I probably have 15 of them left. So if we ever do meet up, I'll probably give you one of those, especially the people on the CP59 Fit channel. Oh, and by the way, I'm Chip, and this is Chillin' with Chip. And I'm currently chilling in Northern Virginia. I won't get too specific since I'm showing you parts of the house and neighborhood and all that. Because we don't need any stalkers coming harassing the places that I sit at. Of course, Leo would get you if you did. He might lick you to death. I don't know that he'd bite you. He probably would if you were aggressive. But anyway, he and I are getting along fine. Now for the tip of the week. I started on evening routine with 3 items. I'm doing the international thing with those fingers instead of these 3. But anyway, 3 items to do the next day. Those are your important items. Things like a text message, a phone call, an email that needs you to do something else is what's called urgent. And you always have to concentrate on the important before the urgent. I had a situation this past week where I had downloaded an app. It's a communications app, an EOS thing that stands for Entrepreneurs Operating System. And a lot of small businesses are using it. So the charity I'm working for is using it, and I thought, oh, I'll download the app because I've only been checking the website like once a day. But I noticed once I downloaded the app, like an hour before the meeting last Thursday night, it was ding, 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 ding. Everybody's sending messages. And of course, everybody kind of waits till the hour before the meeting to do what they were supposed to do all week. Then they have questions or need answers or something. So, but a few days ago, of course, this was a week ago that happened. And I think it was this Tuesday or Wednesday, it started dinging a whole lot again. And I said, you know, this does not go along with what has made me successful. I have become successful because I have learned how to prioritize, and that I only work on the important, not the urgent. And that important is based on what my 10-year goals are, my 3-year goals, my 1-year goal, my monthly goal, my weekly goal, and then my daily goal. So they've been broken down, you know, and that's what this group is trying to do with the EOS. But they are not at the point, maybe some of them will watch this, where to realize that if you're dealing with the urgent, you're like a pinball ball, where you're just getting bumped around from the bumpers and the flippers, and wherever you get sent by the latest text message or email or phone call or doorbell ringer. What do you call that? Doorbell. The doorbell rings. They have a Ring camera here, so I'm thinking of that. Hey, buddy. But anyway, you have to, if you deal with interruption, you have to deal with it based upon your big three. So something came up. I was unable to get into one of the programs, and then another lady was unable to get into a program. So I responded, you know, I've had that problem since our meeting last week. It kicked me out, and she said, well, there's a chat button so you can do that. So I said, okay, I'll do that. I didn't say I'll do it right away. I just said I'll do it. And then later that day, I get another ping, or we call them pings in that system, or a ding on the phone. And it's like, Chip, have you had any success getting it done? I'm like, nope, it wasn't on the list for today. I'll get it done tomorrow. I'll put it on the list for tomorrow. And that helps keep you moving forward. When you're like a pinball ball, you may hit the right bumper, you may not, or you may fall between the cracks and just roll to where you got to be shot out again and start all over. So we don't want that. So my tip of the day is to work from a list of no more than 3 items and forget about all the urgent and stick to the important. You know, for me, it's important to be at these house sits on time. It's important for me to take care of the animal. It's urgent for me to answer a house sit for 2 months from now that wants to know if I'm available. I got one yesterday or the day before. That's a private jet going over a little bit further this way. The day before that asked me to start before this one was finished, and I thought, isn't there a calendar on the site that shows me booked through those 2 days? But the lady here was real gracious. She said, well, you know, if you could just go over there, is it close by? You know, if you could just go and let their dog out and come back, that would be fine. And it is fairly close by, but I'd already told the lady I was busy. It was like only for 4 days, and this one's 3.5 weeks. So I don't really need that one, but that was an urgent thing that popped up in the middle of my important trying to get here. But that was just somebody not looking at the information that was available and asking me to sit for them when I'm already booked to sit. So yeah, that you have to have a little bit of coordination, you know, and I'm not accepting any the same day that one ends because somebody's flight may be delayed, it might be canceled. You know, the cruise may be delayed getting in, and they may have a wreck on not the person, but, well, the person could, but there may be traffic problems and they don't get back on time. So I haven't booked any where I finish on X day at 3 o'clock here and I'm supposed to start at 5 o'clock elsewhere. I'm definitely going to take a day, at least a day in between. Most of them are working out to be about a week, so I just go stay with mom and dad. But that's my Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous for this week. And that's my tip of the day, is concentrate on the important, forget about the urgent, and you too will start moving forward against your bigger goals. But you need to make the bigger goals and then make the important out of those bigger goals to move you in that direction. So don't be the pinball ball or the ping pong ball or whatever that gets smacked all around. I think a pinball ball makes more sense. So anyway, y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, there's a subscribe button in this corner, I think, that you can hit. I would love to have you as a subscriber if what I said today made any sense. I'm going to do something like that every Friday. Love you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.